Good morning. What's happening, guys? What's going on YouTube? You guys have tuned into Rules for Rebels. Those of you crypto heads out there, those of you guys who like cryptocurrency are going to like today's news and today's video. Reddit is launching a cryptocurrency to reward users for engagement. I'll link to this Bloomberg article. I'm not going to make you guys read kind of the whole thing, but the website is testing a coin that runs on the Ethereum blockchain. Right now it's on the test net, so it's not actually like officially on Ethereum yet. It hasn't been picked up by any exchanges. There are two subreddits testing the community. It's r/cryptocurrency, and I think they mentioned the other one. The other one is Fortnite. I think it's called FortniteBR. But that's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. And what's kind of cool, this was kind of like teased or announced maybe a month ago, and a lot of cryptocurrency projects take like months or even years to roll out. I didn't think we'd be seeing this anytime soon, but to my surprise, yesterday I was actually able to claim my coin. So in just a second, I'm going to take you guys over to Reddit. I'm going to show you my vault, and then Reddit's got a pretty nice kind of overview and FAQ put together. Now, I'm still a little bit cloudy on kind of how all of this works, so if I leave any gaps here, please drop a comment and add some info. If I misspeak on anything, please correct me down in the comment section below. I will link to this Bloomberg article. Otherwise, just search Reddit cryptocurrency, and there's a bunch of information out there. If we head over to Reddit, and how you can access this. Okay, so let's say right off the bat, how points or how moons were initially rewarded, or I should say loot. I believe the cryptocurrency as a whole is called loot. And like I said, right now it's on two subreddits, cryptocurrency and FortniteBR. Now, if you had participated in these in the past and have karma in these subreddits, you'll be, initially how it's going to be passed out is you'll be rewarded based on your karma. Moving forward, it'll be more of like a tipping system. I believe moderators of different Reddits will also be paid. But each cryptocurrency can call their coins whatever they want to call them. So in the r/cryptocurrency, they're calling them moons, moonshots, coins going to the moon, altcoins mooning. And in the Fortnite community, they're called bricks, I believe. So anyhow, to access this, if you have participated in either of these subreddits, you're going to click your, you can only do this on mobile. You're going to click your, person icon in the upper left-hand corner, and then you'll have an option to select the vault. Now, if we can see right here, I have 5,591 moon coins or moon tokens. And they put together a pretty good thing kind of explaining what this is, how it works, etc. So let's hop in here. So you can join. I don't really get what these memberships do. Okay, so memberships get you exclusive badges, next to your username, a distinguished username. You can change your color. You can put GIFs in comments. It was kind of funny. I was in the r/cryptocurrency earlier this morning, and somebody was asking like, what can I do with these? And somebody was like, you can get a sweet GIF in your comment. And a GIF actually showed up in his comment, and then the guy below was like, how about this GIF? And he, didn't have the moons to buy the GIF, so he put an IMGUR link, and somebody was like, links are for poor people. They're just kind of joking, but that was kind of funny. But anyhow, you can buy tokens. Now, all of this I think is good for the adoption of cryptocurrency. These two subs alone have like 20 million readers, 20 million viewers. So this introduces a lot of people to cryptocurrency. Eventually, this is going to roll out to other subreddits. I believe subreddits get to decide whether they want to opt into this or be a part of this or not. As far as like, is this good or bad for Reddit and or cryptocurrency? I think, any adoption is good for cryptocurrency. As far as Reddit, a lot of people have expressed the concern that like, if basically you're going to wind up with a lot of people like fishing for tips. You're going to wind up with a lot of people. People said this can really easily be manipulated. Not only is it easy to set up bots on Reddit and like auto post and things like that, but also if I go over to our politics and start talking, supporting liberal issues and things like that, everyone's going to upvote me. So it kind of encourages people to say things that other people want to hear as opposed to speaking their mind. Personally, I think it's kind of dumb. I never really got, I'm not like a big gamer, but I never really got with like CSGO or Fortnite when people are like spending money and all concerned about getting skins and guns and special outfits and things like that. Like, virtual tokens and points and badges to me are kind of silly, but nonetheless people get into them, so I guess that's a good thing. So that's what you can actually use your points on. Let's take a look at this, a new frontier. In the beginning of the internet, the internet was a free frontier, a land of openness, creativity, and possibility. Early settlers discovered many like themselves. Out on the frontier, they banded together into communities that made up the free internet. Then the amusement parks opened. Millions abandoned the frontier, drawn to glitzy rides and manicured lawns. At first, everyone loved the parks until they built walls and billboards and spied, manipulated, and censored the people. Today, the free frontier lays in ruins. Walled gardens dominate the landscape with people trapped behind walls and under watch. This is how the internet ends, or will people find a way to take back control? With the right tools, people can break free of the parks and escape the walled gardens. They could reclaim their rightful ownership of the frontier and rebuild strong, more independent communities even better than before. Liberated from control, they could express themselves freely, collaborate on decisions, and determine their own future. And I guess that's one of the things with this. This is kind of like, I don't understand how all this is going to work, but I guess you can kind of like vote on the direction of the community and things like that, or the subreddit. The frontier could finally regrow into a dynamic world of diverse, prosperous, and independent online communities. We believe in a new dawn for the internet where it will be free once again. We don't have all the answers, but we believe together we can find a way. Will you join us? And then this takes us kind of into the FAQ. So I thought it's kind of cool they put together an FAQ for us. Community points are a way for Redditors to own a piece of their favorite communities as a unit of ownership. Points capture some of the value of their community. They can be spent on premium features and are used as a measure of reputation in the community. Get rewarded for your work. People earn points by contributing to the community, for example, by submitting quality posts and comments. Based on these contributions, the community ultimately decides how many points each person receives. Hoard points or put them to use. Save your community points or use them to access exclusive community features such as badges, custom emojis, and gifts in the comments. Complete control like Bitcoin. Your community points exist on the blockchain independently of Reddit, where they can only be controlled by you, just like Bitcoin. Neither Reddit nor moderators can take your points away or decide that what you do with them. It's all up to you. For the community, by the community. Community points are a tool communities to customize their own way. They choose what to call their points, what they look like, and how they are used in the community. We are looking forward to working with communities to see what is possible for them to do with points. So I'll be curious to see how much, like, as a whole, this gets adoption on Reddit. Like, will every subreddit adopt this, or will it more be like the gaming and the crypto subreddits? That'll be interesting to see. Memberships. Use community points to get a special membership in that subreddit. Memberships give you access to several features. You get special badges you can personalize, animated emojis, gifts. When people spend community points, this is kind of cool. The points don't go to Reddit. Instead, the points are burned or destroyed. This makes everyone's slice of the points larger, thus rewarding the entire community. People who don't have community points can also buy memberships in dollars. In this case, Reddit will burn some community points on their behalf. So here's one of the other things that's kind of cool about this. With Steemit, you could buy Steam tokens or SBD tokens, and that's kind of how we got the whales, and then the whales can kind of manipulate the platform. One of the cool things about Reddit, and this is what kind of confuses me as well, but one of the cool things about Reddit is you can only earn the points. Now, I suppose you could buy points from a private individual. Like if you wanted to buy moon tokens from me, I could sell you moon tokens, and I could send them to you on Reddit. So, I mean, in that sense, you could buy them, but it's not like you can actually buy them from Reddit. I'm not sure if exchanges will also wind up getting these. I'm not sure if like a Binance or a Coinbase will actually adopt this loot coin. And I'm also not really fully sure what the relationship is between the bricks and the moons and the loot coins. Like, is it all the same cryptocurrency, just individual subreddits call it different things? Not really sure how that's going to work. And then the other thing I'm sure everybody is wondering about is, like, can I actually buy stuff with these? Like, can I actually send these over to Coinbase and turn them into dollars? Can I buy weed online with these? Can I pay an escort with these? I'm joking, obviously, but like, you get the point. Like, can you actually use these in real world commerce, or is this like fake internet points, like Reddit karma? Let's see, tipping and transfers. Community points can be gifted, tipped, and transferred between users. Leave a tip. If someone makes a great post or comment, you can tip them with points. Just tap their user avatar or points balance and choose from the options. Send them. Community points can also be transferred to other Redditors who have created a vault or to any Ethereum blockchain address. Let's see, reputation and voting. See who's been around for a while. Right now it can be hard to tell who's contributed the most to a community just by their username. By displaying balances next to usernames in comment threads, community points make reputation even more transparent. And you can see this guy right here. You know, he's got his little flare things that he bought with his tokens, but also it shows he has 605. I'm not a Fortnite user commenter, but I'm guessing this little star icon thing that says 605, I'm guessing those are the brick tokens. Let's see, with great power comes great responsibility. In subreddits that have community points, polls have two sets of results. The normal count where one member gets a vote, and the weighted count where members get one vote for every point they have. By giving weight to votes, community points let a community see how contributors feel about a question or decision. Can someone buy the vote then? No, to keep things fair, a person's weight in a poll is capped by the total number of points they've ever earned. Even if they receive additional points from tips or transfers, their vote can never exceed the number of points they have actually earned themselves. Let's see, Vault. The best way to view, spend, and claim your points is from the Vault right inside the Reddit app. Advanced users can use other Ethereum tools if they wish. Manage your points. In your vault, you can view your community points in multiple. Okay, so even though these are all called loot tokens, I guess they'll be broken up by specific sub. This could turn into a shit show if a lot of subreddits wind up adopting this, just because there's so many subreddits. Everyone's going to have their own tokens. You can see right here we got the moon tokens on top. We got the FortniteBR bricks on the bottom. But imagine if every subreddit you participated in had its own coin. I'm not sure if you can sweep these all into a loot token to send off to Binance eventually. I'm not really sure how that part's going to work. Behind the scenes, when your vault is created, it generates a public address and a private key. The public address is your address on Ethereum blockchain where your community points are stored. The private key is the only way to access and use your community points. If you lose your private key, you could lose access to your points, so it is very important to back it up. See the backup recovery options below, and when you set this up, you'll have two choices basically. You can either set it up with a seed, just like an Electrum wallet or a Trezor wallet, where you have a 24-character seed. I think Reddit's might be 12. Or you can protect it with a password. Not really sure the differences in practice, but I would recommend doing the seed as opposed to just doing a password. Points are public because points are on a public blockchain. Your balances and transactions are public and tied to your Reddit username. So what's kind of cool about this too is, Facebook was trying to roll out their own coin. We had Steam It, which kind of wound up getting abused and kind of flopped, and it has kind of fallen into nothingness. Reddit is I guess kind of the, we've had Voice, we've had some other tokens, but Reddit is kind of the first major social media platform to come out with. I mean, Twitter's done some stuff with Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash in the past. There's been a little bit of tipping on Reddit in the past, but this is the first major social media adoption of cryptocurrency, if you want to call these coins a cryptocurrency. So let's see, backup and recovery. It's essential to keep your community points safe, so we've created a few ways to secure them. The private key that controls your community points is stored on your phone. That means if you don't have a okay, I think we talked about that. Okay, so here's what your recovery phrase will look like. Never give it to anyone else. Reddit admins will never ask you. Distribution. Okay, now it's time for the nitty-gritty details. Community points are distributed monthly based on contributions people make to the community. Reddit Karma provides a basis for measuring people's contribution, but the final decision is up to the community. Making a list and checking it twice. Every 4 weeks, Reddit will publish a list of how much karma each user earned in a community during that period as a proposed score of their contribution. After this, the community has 1 week to review the list and propose any changes if it wants. To propose a change, publish an alternative list and create a poll to have community approve it. If the poll meets a minimum quorum and passes by points, it becomes the official contribution score, except in case of significant bribery. In case of multiple polls passing, the one with the most points cast in favor is used. Claim your points. For a user to claim their points, their vault or an external Ethereum wallet sends, many ways to contribute, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so, I'm not going to go through this whole thing, but you guys see this is kind of cool, kind of interesting. One thing that I kind of don't like about this is I hate when things are overcomplicated. I think one of the things that kind of keeps cryptocurrency from gaining adoption is that it's not as user friendly as it needs to be. I think I've heard Andres Antonopoulos or somebody say, you know, until your average housewife knows how to use Bitcoin or knows how to use Ethereum or can buy something with Bitcoin, it's not going to take off. Like right now, like, you know, even this says, you know, if you lose your passphrase or if you lose your seed, you lose your coins. You know, if you send coins to a wrong address, there's no getting them back. You don't really have a lot of these protections that you have with PayPal or credit cards or a traditional bank. It's also overwhelming and confusing to a lot of people. And I remember when I first got into Steemit, like explaining Steemit to people, and I was like, oh, well, this is really like, you know, whereas like Facebook, you know, takes your content and they make money off it with ad revenue. With Steemit, like you can actually earn off of the content you create, and you actually kind of get rewarded for what you're creating, and people are like, okay, that's kind of a cool concept. And then once you kind of get into explaining, well, okay, well, there's Steam backed dollars, and then there's Steam, and you can upvote, and you know, it gets so complicated and so convoluted that people are just kind of tune out to it, and they're like, sounds like a pyramid scheme to me. And you know, even as being like an avid Steemit user for a period of years, I still never fully understood how, you know, I kind of knew how it worked, but I still never fully understood how it worked, how they were calculated, how it was distributed, how, you know, Steemit whales are able to control the platform and kind of manipulate everything. And then kind of lastly, before we kind of sign out on this video, one other thing that's kind of interesting to me or I shouldn't say that's interesting. One other thing that I just wanted to say is I know a lot of people get into doing like low effort things to try to earn money. You know, you see a lot of people like doing surveys online. When Steemit came out, a lot of people were like posting as much as they could trying to rack up Steemit. Ultimately, at the end of the day, you'd be much better served starting a YouTube channel, creating a real business, selling stuff on eBay, selling stuff on Etsy, setting up a Shopify store. Like, these are real businesses. Like, posting on Reddit to earn this loot cryptocurrency that may or may not even take off probably isn't like a super wise use of your time. Like, if you're looking to make money, if you're looking to start building something, if you're looking to start creating a new stream of income, you know, this is kind of a cool perk. Like, if you wind up making some money off this thing, cool. Could this get big? Could this get profitable for people? Well, yeah, I suppose it's possible. But ultimately, you know, I wouldn't, basically what I'm saying is don't run out and be like, I'm going to start posting on Reddit all the time because I want to earn this new cryptocurrency. I always talk about, I do like to be an early adopter. I do like to get in on things early. I did wind up making about 20 grand on Steemit in my first year and a half. Ultimately, I locked it all up, and then the price of Steemit crashed, and that like 20 grand wound up being worth like 1,300 bucks, if that even. It's probably worth even less. So like, is it possible to make money off these things? Yes. Would I spend a ton of time and effort like devoting myself to this as a way to make money? Absolutely not. As I kind of learn a little bit more about this, let me know if you guys are interested in this, if this topic kind of piques your curiosity. If so, I'd be happy to make a video either going more into depth, showing some more things about this, etc. But, you know, I think this is a pretty good overview. If there's anything I left out, if there's anything you guys can clarify, drop a comment down below. Anyhow, it's Saturday morning. I'm going to run home and finish my coffee, and my gym is actually opening up illegal today, so I'm going to be able to hit the gym for the first time in the past couple months. So I'm off to go do that. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one later.